Final topic, though, we're going to be talking about the Bucks and the Lakers. Both teams on pace to win 70 games through a quarter of the season. Kevin O'Connor from The Ringer tweeted out that it's the only fourth time in the last 40 years that at least one team in each conference has had a 70-win pace through one quarter of the season. Those times being the 2008-2009 Cavs, Lakers, and Celtics. Lakers won the most games with 65 that year. Then in 96-97, Bulls, Rockets, and Jazz. Bulls won the most at 69 games that year, and then in 85-86, the Lakers and Celtics. Boston ended up winning 67 games that year, and then based on history, at least one team should win 65 games. Hitting 65 games is also 65 wins is also a rarity. It's only happened 21 times in NBA history, with 15 of those teams ending up winning the finals. So pretty much, it is likely that we are looking at the NBA final winner here, the Bucks or the Lakers. So what I'm going to ask you is, who has the chance to have a better regular season, and who has the chance to win the title? And it seems like that will probably be the same answer based on history, because if you're hitting 65 wins, you're going to win the title. 15 to 21, it's a pretty good percentage there. But if you had to put your money on now, Bucks, Lakers, who's going to have more wins at the end of the regular season? Who's going to win the finals? Out of these two teams only, who would it be?
I've got my money going with the Bucks for the regular season, but not the Bucks for the championship. Weird enough. I got it different because it's just the regular season. They're beating teams by so much. Like, they're the number one offense in the league. They're the number one defense, or the number two offense rating in the league. Number one defense. They're playing so quickly. They're running everything through Giannis. They've got great spacing out there, and because they're blowing teams out, they don't have to play Giannis more than 30 minutes a night. He's actually just playing just a smidge under 30 on the season, and he looks great. He's killing it. He's putting up like absolutely stupid numbers in such a short amount of time, which gives them the chance. They might not, have the ability to load manage in the traditional sense of Giannis taking nights off here and there, but the fact that he's playing between, like 20 and 30 minutes every night, I think that's almost better because you're never going to have that rust. You're never going to shake that off. And if they do need to take off a night, they have the ability to because they're going to be so far ahead of everybody else. They've blown out so many teams on this run they're on right now. And they just had the proof last night of just blowing out the Clippers. Everybody's favorite for the finals this year, or one of the favorites for the finals this year, absolutely blew them out. And it just wow right now on the Bucks.
What you got?
If I had to put my money on who's going to win more games, it's the Bucks easily. They're in the East, not the West. But if I had to pick who's going to win the title, I'm keeping my money. I'm not placing a bet.
Okay.
If you force me, gun to my head, I'd pick the Lakers over the Bucks. But I honestly think, and I'm glad, I know why you threw out out of these two teams only, because I was going to say neither of these teams.
Yeah, because you're the worst.
Yeah,
I can't ask you a question and you'd be like, oh no, I can't just answer a question. I'm going to ask you a question, sir. If you had four nickels, who would you give the money to?
Out of these two, I don't think, I feel like with these two, and like where Dave was saying with Giannis, where it's like, the playing just under 30 is not going to hurt. I think it is. I think in the playoffs, you're going to need that extra oomph. And it's like, I'm not used to play. It's like what we see in college football all the time, where the teams where it's like, they take the fourth quarter off, and then they get to the playoff, and it's like, oh shit, we actually got to play the fourth quarter. I'm so used to not playing in this fourth quarter to where the games are going to be tougher in the playoffs. More so, I'm thinking Eastern Conference Finals and Finals, to where it's not like they're going to get swept, but I think it's going to come back to bite them. I think neither of these teams should be shooting for the 70-win mark. They should just, whatever we need to do to be the number one overall seed, and be happy with it.
But I think that even then, for the Lakers to get to 70 wins, that might be what it takes to be the number one seed. Like, they may need to do that to maintain home court possession.
Yeah.
And
if that's the case,
home court advantage.
If that's the case, then okay, that's a different story.
Yeah,
but if you don't need it, don't shoot for it.
But I don't know if they're shooting for it. I just think that you're going to try to win as many games as possible to make sure it's the easiest route to the NBA Finals as possible. I don't think LeBron has an issue playing 82 games in a year. I think he's sat out a game already or something like that. But I don't think he has an issue playing as many games as possible. AD obviously is making sure that he's not going to be hurt, and he's been dealing with more injury issues than LeBron has throughout his career. So I wouldn't be shocked if he takes off a couple games. But I don't think they're going to be taking off games to purposely lose any. Yeah. And they have enough talent on their team to, even if AD sits out or LeBron sits out, or both sit out, I think that they still have a shot because if they have both of them sitting out, I think they're going to at least do that smartly. And you know, any NBA team can win a game. So I think that if we're saying which team has a better shot at winning 70 games, I think it might be the Lakers because they have more incentive to.
Okay.
Giannis might still be gunning for an MVP, which will be something that is definitely in play, and that might keep him playing for 82 games. But, you know, last year they did see... What the fuck?
Geese are
there was
coming.
like 85 geese above us.
I don't know if that was picked up on camera, but it might have been seen in the window.
I was just watching waves of them.
I don't think it's going to get picked up by the mics either. But
Yeah.
like I'm hearing it through the headphones.
Yep.
I'm like, yep, those are geese.
I see it in my screen, my laptop, the reflection of the window,
Yeah.
and I just see all these geese coming by. Anyways, I don't know if Giannis is going to be able to put what is the point that they stop? Because I think they're going to be able to secure number one seed quicker than the Lakers. Will.
I don't
And right
think
now
you
they're
stop playing them.
right now they're on a 14-game win streak.
Yeah.
So maybe that's just like, you know, they're hot right now, and maybe they're not even the best team in the Eastern Conference. That could be a possibility. I think they are, and I think the Lakers are the second best team in the Western Conference. But I do think that if we're talking about who's going to have a better shot at winning 70 games,
Right.
I'll take the Lakers because I think they have more to play for, at least when it comes to actual playoff seeding, where the Bucks could lock it up quicker.
That's fair.
And that's where I think that they might, maybe, you know, Giannis doesn't rust, but other guys do.
Yeah.
But if we're talking finals, I think it's still the Lakers. And I think I agree with you there, just because you have LeBron, you have AD, and if you're able to shut down LeBron, you have AD.
Good
but
luck.
if you're shutting down Giannis,
Can the other guys beat you?
I'm not afraid of, you know, Chris Middleton as I am Anthony Davis. Or
Exactly.
if you shut down Anthony Davis, I'm much more afraid of
LeBron James.
LeBron James than I am Chris Middleton. So that's the thing with that, is I just think that if we're talking about winning the finals,
Yeah.
the Lakers are more built for it.
No, I 100% agree. And to build off your point, Ricky, where you mentioned is he ready to kick it in gear? Out of the 23 games they played this year, 9 times he's played over 35 minutes. And that's you know, impressive in one sense, but also awesome in another. In the last 4 games, they've blown out teams. Charlotte by 41 points, the Knicks by 44, Detroit by 24, and the Clippers by 28. And in all of those games, 19 minutes, 21 minutes, 27 minutes, and 26 minutes. Like, that's insane. It's just outright insane that what they're doing right now. I don't think that's sustainable. I think they're just on a streak right now where they're shooting incredibly well. Defense has really come together. They're playing an incredible rate. So I think they're A, 100% could get to 70 wins this year. But B, I think that Giannis has that gear. He's not going to shy away from the minutes if they need him, but they're doing the right thing and not going for the individual accolades. You know, he's not having the just gaudy stat lines for no reasons. He's playing his hardest in the minutes he's playing, and then he can sit down when the game's secure. I think it's a perfect situation. It's, you know, people mocking the James Harden numbers being ridiculous. Like, no, James Harden has to put up those numbers or else the Rockets don't win games. Yeah. He's not stat stuffing like Russ was a couple years back. That's not the situation. And that's what I love about Giannis right now. He's just doing it all, and he's doing it efficiently. He's doing it in the right time, and he's not going out there and just, you know, whatevering it. So I absolutely love this Bucks team. But when I look at the Lakers, you mentioned it, it's kind of funny. When it comes to playoffs, it's just the multiple options. During the regular season, they're going to have a tougher road to get there, and I think they are going to get a little worn down. So I think regular season, they're maybe a 60-win team, but I don't know. 70 is really incredible. And to be fair, they've been playing without Kyle Kuzma playing really well right now. He's coming back off that injury. He's not quite found his touch yet, so it'll be interesting how well they can do. And Avery Bradley's just been out a couple games. They've been trying to play great defense without him, and it's been pretty good. Their defense has been surprisingly good out there.
Yeah,
so.
when we've seen players or teams go hitting for that 70 mark, it's because they're getting so close to the actual record.
Yeah.
I think that's why they push over that edge so consistently, or they do push over that edge, is because they're going for the record.
Yeah.
And I just don't think that. I don't think that anyone's going to have a shot at 73. So it's really which team's going to have the most motivation to get to, you know, who's going to have the most motivation to win. And at least for the Bucks, I think they can lock it up. They can win the East by 10 games.
Yeah.
I think that's possible.
Disgusting.
I don't know if the Lakers can do that, and I think it could be come down to Game 78, and they still don't have number 1 seed locked up. So I think that's why we might see them have the most wins. I'm just curious too, because LeBron really hasn't had one of those like huge win teams. Like he hasn't had a team that has hit 70. The most that he's hit had to be one of the. I was trying to go through LeBron's team history, but I'm just going through the Lakers now. They had 50 wins in 2017, 2018, 51, then 57, and then 53. And then probably Miami had to be one of his higher ones. I would say that it had
great Cleveland year.
Be 54, 66. So 66 in 2012, 2013.
Okay.
46. That was in the shortened year, 58. So I think 66 is the most that he's won.
Nice.
So I think that could probably be a possibility, but then even then the Bucks won 67 games last year. So that could be where it's at. Ricky, where are you settling with this?
With me, it's just I worry that, for the Lakers, I worry more about it because, like, with the Bucks, I don't think the East is going to be. I feel like the Bucks have the higher percent chance to go through their conference and get to the finals. Mm-hmm. With the Lakers, as a fan, if I was a Laker fan, wouldn't want them to expel themselves too much in the regular season, knowing that, like, because thinking back to like when the Clippers played the Lakers this year, that Clipper team matched up in a best of 7 with the Lakers. I'll take the Clippers and a rested Clipper team because I know Kawhi's doing it because of injury, but he's still doing it and he's still making sure he's rested for when the games count.
Also, he did win 66 in 2008, 2009. I do wonder too, at least with this, it is. I wonder, and this might be brought up by some of the commenters already because we are about 10 minutes into this. Mm-hmm. Do the Lakers need home court advantage when it comes to playing the Clippers?
Yes. Well,
no, that's the best part about it.
So that's what I'm trying to think.
That's actually a hilarious call.
It's a mental thing then. Seeing your logo on the court compared to someone else.
It's going to be 80-20 fans at best.
I mean,
like that's the thing. Like, you're in the Staples Center. It's 80-20 purple and gold.
It did seem like the first game because that was a Clipper home game, right?
Technically,
it did feel like that was a Clipper home game though. Like I don't think it was like it was a very loud place.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I don't know if it was because everyone was like it didn't feel like it was a majority Laker crowd.
Okay.
So I do wonder how they would. Like it's just funny semantics because like it's just like they're both LA teams. They play in the same fucking building.
Stadium. I just feel like maybe the hardcore fans come out and spend for it, but the Lakers just seem like they would overrun the place for the playoffs. Like that's my thought.
Yeah.
I don't know. That'll be interesting though. That's a good question.
Are the Lakers the number 1 seed in the Western Conference at the end of the year? Because you're saying the Bucks are winning more games.
I see the Bucks winning more games for the East. Yeah, I think they're a lock for the 1 seed right now. For the West, I don't. Damn, they've got a couple game lead on the 2 teams who I would have guessed would have been like either the Rockets or the Clippers to being up there. And I think they've got a better run than both of them. Shit. 5-game lead on the Mavs, and I'm just shocked the Mavs are the number 2 seed right now. I'm just gonna toss it out there. I think the Lakers might fall off a smidge. I think it'll be like a 1-game difference between the 1 and the 2 seeds. I want to see the Clippers get there. I'm gonna say if anybody's gonna get there, it's gonna be the Clippers over them, and that's just because again we mentioned 2 All-Stars out there, but the Clippers have the deeper team. And in my mind, deeper team regular season going to be better. The Nuggets have a same exact thing, but their stars underperforming. So I want to see if the Clippers can put it together now that everybody's technically healthy, or as healthy as they're going to get. I think the Clippers might have a chance to beat them, and it might be like a 63-62, at the top of the West at the end of the year. Mm. But I would be surprised if it got above 65.
Yeah, I think that if any team's going to jump them, it's going to be the Clippers. Paul George coming back, he's been ridiculous.
Yeah.
I think that
Trez has been dropping points like left and right too.
And Kawhi's been up and down.
He's not
weirdly,
been shooting well.
He's still been good.
Yeah, he's been good.
So I think when they're all clicking, I think that they might have one of these runs where they do win, like rattle off 7 straight wins or 10 straight wins, something like that. So I think that if any team's jumping the Lakers, it's going to be the Clippers. So I'll still say the Lakers are the number 1 seed for that reason. I still think that they're going to win more games than the Bucks. I still think they have a better shot at the finals than the Bucks. But I do think the Clippers are probably my number 2. Who you got in the West?
You know what's funny, though? The only road loss that the Lakers have right now,
That Clipper game?
the Clippers. So it's like, is it really a home loss? Yeah, it could be, but no, it's a road loss. I think that the Lakers are going to be number 1. I think the Bucks are going to be number 1 in their respective conferences. I would love if the Luka and the Mavs got to number 1, because then it would help my my MVP push that I had last week for them. But honestly, it's like any of the top 4 teams. Paul George coming back, and him and Kawhi turn it on. Can Jokic wake up? How many times we're in Sean talk about Jokic waking up whenever we mention his name? And then can Luka keep up the hot pace?
Yeah, I mean, that's if KP starts to put shit together out there offensively, because he's already been doing it defensively.
Or who knows? Maybe the Suns get K-Love, and then they become the number 1 team in the West.
This man, today, you have been on today. You got it. All right. Yeah, no, I'm with you, though. I think, it'd be hard to see any other team challenging. The only thing with the Lakers, like, the only way they fall off is if LeBron gets hurt. I think with Anthony Davis out there and Rondo still leading the offense, you're going to be okay enough to win the majority of these games. So I think you just got to watch out for injury between your big 2 and try to keep LeBron healthy and happy. And that team has looked so good.
Yeah. All right. I guess that's going to do it.
Yeah.
Because I don't think we got any more final thoughts on this. Let us know what you think down in the comments below. Who you got in the West? Who's going to win more games this year, Lakers or Bucks? And who has a better shot at winning the finals, the Lakers or the Bucks? Obviously, other teams can win it, but let's just keep it in that range.
Yeah.
Because that's what we talk about. But let us know down in the comments below who you got. Also, don't forget to check out the Primetime Podcast. We did our full mock draft. That's why this last segment seemed a little bit low energy, because we're saving it up for a long podcast there. So check out the Primetime Podcast. We got our first mock draft dropping as well. Thank you so much for watching. Again, a live streaming podcast starts January 1st, so definitely check it out, twitch.tv/MostValuablePodcast, and check out all of our Twitter updates on all of that at twitter.com/MostValuablePod. For Dave Oster, for Ricky Widmer, I'm Sean Anderson. We'll see you next time.